Welcome to this edition of Miles Ahead, and this time we're looking at the Honda E. So this is Honda's first step on the road to having an all-electric fleet by 2025. So this model is actually the Honda E Advance. It starts at £30,715. This does come with this rather fetching metallic blue paintwork at £550, which brings the total cost to £31,265. So let's have a quick look round. The charging port is in the front of the car here. I quite like these day running headlights as well. I think they look quite good. I think actually, in general, I think it's actually quite a good looking car. I've had quite a lot of positive comments about it and that sort of thing. I mean, it looks like what we were told electric cars were going to look like in the future 25 years ago. And there's something unmistakably Japanese about it too. Don't ask me to explain that because I can't. It just looks a little bit Japanese in that respect. Futuristic, you know, coming at us from a different angle. And it's, yeah, I quite like it. But I'll have a look round. So 16-inch wheels. The reason I've left them on full lock is to show just how far they will turn. So this car has a turning circle of just 4.5 metres. It is remarkable. It will get round anything in that. It's quite something. And it also has these electric wing mirrors. So we'll have a look when we get inside, but the wing mirror projection is on the inside of the car, and this is the first production car to feature these as standard. So unlock it, door handles present themselves there. While we're here, we'll just have a quick look in the back because there's not a great deal going on there, and just to show how much space there is or is not in here. So, you know, I'm 6'2", I wouldn't want to spend ages in here. There's a couple of USB chargers, that's about it. You know, and nor is this car designed for doing those sorts of long journeys either. The range on this is a stated 130 miles. I mean, real world, that's going to come down to close to 100. So, you know, you're not going to be doing long motorway journeys in it. This is not what this car has been designed for. We come around to the rear. Again, I think it looks really good looking from this angle. I think the aesthetics work from front to back in this car. It's quite good. Part of the Advance pack is this privacy glass that's on the rear as well. We'll just have a quick look in the boot. Again, I mean, not the biggest. You'd get your cricket bag in there. You might struggle with golf clubs, but you know, you get shopping and all that sort of stuff in there. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a really good looking car. Really like the aesthetics of it. So let's have a closer look inside. So this is the driving position of the Honda E Advance. Now I should explain what the Advance comes with, and I've got a little list here. So the Advance adds the parking pilots, heated seats and heated steering wheel. It will do 0 to 60 in 8 seconds rather than the standard 9 seconds. The privacy glass at the back, you get the centre camera, and the top speed is raised from 100 miles an hour to 113. Anyway, it's quite nice in here. I like it. It's very spacious, very Spartan, very minimalist. Something a little bit IKEA about it in that respect, I think. And yeah, it's a nice place to be. And it's just so accessible. It's so easy. I mean, there's that sort of reminded me a little bit of that sort of first car you get. I had a Ford KA and it was incredibly basic, and this is a bit like that for the electric generation, I think, in a way, and I think that's commendable. I quite like it. There's plenty of space in here, and yeah, I mean, these screens up here are fantastic as well, so you can have you can swap screens around for your passenger and all that sort of stuff. If it's going to work, it is a little bit, takes a bit of encouragement, so you can swap that over, move it across to the other side, and then, you know, you can flick between your different options here to see what's going on, and everything else is really good. And while we're in stationary, because everyone else has shown it as well, we might as well have a look at the aquarium, so you can have that peacefully playing away in the background whilst you're having your car charged, if it ever works. But anyway, we're moving on. So this 3-pin socket as well, that is also part of the Advance pack, sorry. You've got 2 USB chargers down here, and you've got an HDMI cable, so you could in theory bring your PlayStation or Xbox or games console of choice along to play on whilst you are waiting for the car to charge. So we mentioned the wing mirrors on the walk around, so they are displayed here and also to the right of the steering wheel. So yeah, you can see that as we open and close the door a bit as that moves around. They're actually really good. The only problem I had with them, so the first drive you automatically looking outside of the car because you're wondering where the wing mirror is, but then, you know, you get used to it pretty quickly. The depth perception isn't the same as the naked eye though, so I went around a roundabout earlier and someone, you know, came round the roundabout behind me, and I just saw a sort of flash of red out the corner, and I did momentarily think someone was going to go into the side of me, but you know, all's well that ends well. So as we move back inside the car here, so all the all the controls are down here, so you can flick between modes. It just has normal and sport. So flicking it into sport, you just get height and throttle response. But we'll have a look at that on a drive along. You've got the button for the one pedal driving, drive, neutral, reverse and park are in there as well. And it's got the auto park functionality as well up here, which works in tandem with these cameras here, which again I think are really good. They're really clear, so you can see as you turn the wheel, it'll tell you where it's going. So you can see that you can see that lock on it there. See just how far around it'll go. So yeah, it's all nice and easy to use. But I mean, I really like the simplicity of this. You know, the seats are comfy. It's very Spartan. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention the cup holder. Probably wondering where the cup holder was. It just slides away under there. Yeah, sort of cloth interior, you know, a bit of plastic up here, but it's got a nice array of physical buttons down here as well to get your AC on and off, and you know, your front and rear demister. So it's got the heated front windscreen and all that sort of stuff. So you know, that's all really straightforward to use. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, and it's got all the toys on the steering wheel for adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist and all that sort of thing. You might be wondering why it's got paddles on the back. Obviously it doesn't have gears because it's an electric car. That is to set your regenerative braking. So when you're not accelerating, it can be braking. You turn it on down there and you can set how much that interferes with the driving when you're not accelerating. But anyway, I think I've rambled on enough in here. I do quite like it. Let's see what it's like out on the road. So we're out on the road. Panoramic sunroof, nice. I forgot to mention that earlier. I do like a panoramic sunroof. But anyway, we are out in the open now. So this car's actually quite engaging to drive. I've actually quite enjoyed it. It's got that nice trick of going faster than it feels. You think, oh, you know, I'm going really fast, and you look down, you're like, oh no, actually I'm not, which is good because it means you're less likely to lose your driving licence and things like that. And it bristles along fairly nicely actually. From standstill it takes a second or two to pick up, and then once you're doing sort of 10 miles an hour, I'd say 10 to 40 miles an hour, it's perfectly acceptable. So it's perfect really for that sort of urban driving. That's what it's been designed for. Honda said that they extensively studied several major European cities to work out travel habits, and they reckon the average commute is 23 miles, and this will fit the billing for you when you are doing those sorts of jobs. And you know, I think they're right. If you've got a wall mount charger at home, we keep coming back to this with these electric cars, if you've got the means of charging it at home, it just does make an awful lot of sense to do it that way. If you haven't, then it is a little bit difficult because that range is a bit dicey. So we took it down to Portsmouth the other day, came off the A3 to stop at a charger. That didn't work. Used the search station functionality that is included in the Honda, which took us to a Tesla charging station, which is not ideal because Tesla will not let you charge unless you have a Tesla. Before we eventually did limp into another charging station with 1% battery left. But you know, a bit of jeopardy always makes things a little bit more exciting. But if you're, you know, you can get the charging station at home and you can top it up and keep it topped up, then I mean, how often are you doing more than 130 miles in one go? I mean, not very often. I mean, Honda are right, but that range anxiety thing is real because you're always going to think, oh well, you know, what if I'm going to go on a longer journey and all that sort of thing. And I guess this is where the price comes into it a little bit. So £31,265, as I say, there or thereabouts, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. I mean, it's really nice, it's really simple, it's, you know, it's quite good fun because it's such a small car, you can, you know, chuck it about a bit. But if you're only getting 130 mile range, you're thinking, oh, you know, because, you know, we said this when we did the Jeep review a couple of videos back, you know, you are still allowed to buy petrol and combustion engine cars, and you could buy a Honda Civic Type R for £35,000. We did a review of that, check it out on the channel. And I was really rather fond of that car. I thought that really was good fun to drive. That really was brilliant in many ways, and you got a bit more space and a lot more performance, and it was just, you know, much more focused driver's car. But then you wouldn't be driving this as a driver's car, and I have to keep reminding myself of that. But then, you know, you could also get a Toyota GR Yaris for £33,000, and again, fantastic car. Check it out on the channel. We did a review of that too. And you know, then this coming in at 31, and you know, you could put a couple more options on it as well, and the price is easily going to get up to £33,000. So, you know, then how much is it going to cost you to recharge it? And actually, the charging network is still quite expensive. If you stop at most places, you're looking at sort of 45 to 50p per kilowatt hour. So, charging this at 35 kilowatts, and it's getting up to sort of £13–14 for 130 miles of range. And is that much cheaper than petrol? I don't know. So, you know, you really do have to have a charging point at home. You need a wall socket, and then that will allay all your fears, and then you can just use it for the school run, go to the shops, just nip it about the place, and then that is where it fits. But I mean, unfortunately that does narrow the use case for the car, which is a bit of a shame, because, you know, longer range and you can just take it a little bit further and you get a bit more out of the car, obviously. So I mean, that is the major drawback, really. As far as everything else is concerned, I mean, I've fallen for the charms of this car. It's just a little something about it. It's a little bit cheeky, you know. It's quite engaging to drive. You can feel what's going on the road. I mean, it's not the final word in steering. You wouldn't expect it to be, but you know, it is rear-wheel drive as well. So if you stick it in sport mode and pull sharply out of a junction, you can even get some tyre squeal, which is something. And if you're really driving like a bit of a hooligan, you can even get a bit of back end shape, not for long, but just a bit of back end shape. So, you know, that's something as well. So it is good fun, it is engaging to drive. I do really like it. I love the accessibility and ease of use. I love the drivability in it. I mean, you would absolutely give this to a child for their first car, and learn to drive in this, because it is safe as houses, and you'd have no qualms about doing that. And yeah, you know, keep coming back to the simplicity. That is really what sets this car apart from the competition. Not that there is much in the small EV world at the moment. Well, I suppose Renault Zoe, Nissan Leaf, that sort of thing. I like the looks of this more. I think this is the best looking of those sorts of cars. I like it in here. It's a nice place to be in here, and it's just, yeah, like I say, nice, easy and accessible, and I have really enjoyed it. And if you can get a warm outfit at home and you're not doing long journeys frequently, then this car, they say they've surveyed these major European cities, and I would suggest that, yeah, actually, if you are living in a city, then this is a fantastic option for you. If you live out in the countryside, perhaps not, but yeah, I've enjoyed driving it. It's been good fun. It's practical enough for city driving. Yes, the range is going to cause a bit of anxiety, like I say, and the price will put a few people off as well. But if you are looking for a small hatchback EV, then put this on your shortlist. It's a really good car. I've really enjoyed having it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel. We've got loads more coming up, and like this video, of course, if you did like the video. We've got another EV coming up next, the Audi e-tron S, which we are doing a long-range test to Cornwall in, which I am slightly nervous about, but hey, we'll see. Range anxiety is a real thing, but hopefully we'll make it down there and get a video done as well. We've got Caterham 620, we've got an Aston Martin DBX, we've got a Ferrari Roma as well coming up as well. We've got a Porsche Cayman GT4. That is going to be good fun as well. We've got an Aston Martin DBS. We're talking to people about a couple of other bits and pieces as well. So yeah, please subscribe, and hopefully see you again soon. Thanks.